Okay, round 3, got a mulligan. Not enough lands. Alright, this is acceptable. We'll keep it. It's actually a decent hand. Still on the fence about this Dunecaster. I think I valued it a little bit too high in my first draft. Very likely defeating something he plays. No plays yet, though. Alright. Kind of wish it was a 1-1. I think I would prefer it to be a 1-1 than a 0-2. Although, I guess it's vulnerable to other stuff then. Well, it's a bit problematic. Guess I can tap it down, though. So, I can play Marsh Hulk. But this makes his stuff cheaper. Guess I'm going to play the Hulk. It seems better than just tapping down his 3-2 every turn. I guess I probably block too. Oh man, guy's pretty good. Defeat's not looking so bueno, is it? Alright, well, I guess we're going to be tapping something down. Tactician's not looking so good on this board. Just turning my Dunecaster into a 1-3. I don't know how sexy that is. Kind of just wanted to play something I can kill with defeat. That would be ideal. Well, can't quite kill that with defeat. But if we get a land, we can at least kill it. Alright. Sandcrafter Mage. Well, I guess I can at least block the Warbringer then. Jeez. Some pretty awesome value. At least you can't attack with the Behemoth, I guess. So I probably just trade with the Warbringer. Otherwise, I'd just take the Berserker, I think. Alright, I'll trade with the Warbringer. At least he has to, like, replay the Berserker. Fifth land. So I can Enduring Victory something. I can Aven Tactician, but like I said, it's not that great. Guess I just have to take out this flyer. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. So my plan is kill the Swift Warkite, take 5 from the Behemoth. Then I can play the Tactician as a 3-4 and start to lock down the Behemoth. I think the problem is he doesn't have to pay the 2 until he says it's an attacker. Alright, so go to 12. Alright, so now we play Tactician, and it's going to bolster itself. And then we have a blocker for the Berserker at least. Okay. Not the worst. Oh, well, that's the worst. Alright, so it looks like we're going to lose this game, unfortunately. Well, can't really afford to chump either, unfortunately, because I need to keep the Behemoth locked down. Unfortunately, Behemoth is just amazingly good against Dunecaster because he doesn't even have to pay the mana until I've already tapped it down. Alright, pretty swift defeat, unfortunately, but what can you do? Managed to not see one 2-power guy this whole game, which is, geez, and that's including even now, which is pretty insane. So definitely a harsh beating, but we had a mulligan, and we just, despite our deck not really wanting to give us good distributions of creatures and or spells and lands, we've still managed to make it to the finals unbeaten. So hopefully I can just get really lucky here and draw a little bit better. I think we're going to cut the defeat because it appears to not do anything for the Vial of Dragonfire, which at least can kill the Berserker. Is there something else I want instead, though? Maybe I want the Sinner Soul now that I've seen he's got at least one ultimate price. That probably makes more sense. Okay, let's try this. Okay, play first, and certainly going to keep this one. So hopefully it's just a Berserker, and then I'll kill it. Then on my turn, I can play Great Teacher's Decree. Or at the very least, I hope it's something I can kill with Deathwind. Oh, well, instead it's a really brutal board wipe spell. Okay, that's harsh. First time I've seen this one. Card seems pretty insane in this format, considering it's a Morph and Manifest heavy format. Alright, Hardened Berserker. So do I want to kill it? Guess not, since I'm going to have a blocker for it. So if he attacks into it, I guess I don't block. That way, next turn I can leave up the Deathwind and then block it. Unfortunately, it appears we're seeing too many lands this time, so Mana distribution has not been ideal this draft. I kind of wanted to save the Deathwind for, like, say, his 5/5 for 3. Alright, it's pretty bad for us, but what can you do? Alright, well, unfortunately the flood hit us, so unavoidable. Just one of those things. Honestly, I don't want to Deathwind the Berserker. I feel like it's in our best interest to save it for a beefier creature. Especially since we know he's got that 4/4 flyer that lets him get it back. Yeah, it's pretty problematic too. Maybe now I have to use Deathwind. I guess we do. So looking for non-land cards, preferably removal and creatures. That one works. We've got pretty amazing cards in our deck, but we're going to have to draw them to win. Like Hidden Dragon Slayer would be quite good here because then we can kill future fatties. So that'd probably be top of my list. Soul Flare would be good because I can get flying. So Soul Flare, Dragon Scale General, Hidden Dragon Slayer. I haven't seen Sandstep Outcast once this entire draft, which is kind of worrisome. All right. Collateral damage. So it looks like his plan is to play something big and get it back. Probably the 5/5. Or a Sprinting Warbrute. So he's going to hit us for 7 here, which is pretty brutal. But I'm really not able to do much about it with this card that's good, but horrible given how this game's going. I feel like, have we played Great Teacher's Decree once? I want to say no. Despite it being one of the better cards in our deck, I think we've actually played it 0 times, which is pretty odd. All right, well, Valor Stance is a reasonable draw since I can at least kill the Sprinting Warbrute. So really just hunting for our bomb spells. Like I said, Hidden Dragon Slayer would have been a great draw there. Valor Stance works. So Hidden Dragon Slayer would be a good one. Artful Maneuver not so good, unfortunately. Okay, looks like unfortunately Hidden Dragon Slayer is no longer going to get us out of this. Which is a bit disappointing, but what can you do? Alright, well, finally saw Sandstep Outcast, but unfortunately we're still dead. But in theory, would have been good. So overall, I did like our deck. I thought it was, I guess, mediocre. It was okay. Got a couple victories with it. Never really got to do anything crazy with it, I guess. Didn't play as well as I would have liked, despite the fact that we got a couple victories. I was really expecting to have better distributions of lands and spells. we just seem to either get screwed or flooded most of the time, which is always awkward, but I don't know what to say, man. Mana bases are like basically impossible to predict because that's like the true variable of Magic the Gathering is that stuff. So got absolutely just face crushed in the finals. This guy could not have beat us any harder, I don't think. I feel like I really did not have a shot at any point during this match. So this guy had a great deck. He absolutely, utterly destroyed us. Rounds 1 and 2 were very close. Great Teacher's Decree, unfortunately, was terrible for us. We never actually got to get any sort of value at all with it. We had it in our hand almost every game and ended up just like never playing it. So just really strange considering the only time I've gone up against it, it destroyed me. So I was hoping it played as well for me as it did when I played against it, but unfortunately not the case. Just not the case. Lightwalker played great. I really liked the Lightwalker Honors Reward synergy. I think that was really powerful. Stole a game with that. Harsh Sustenance was great for us as per usual. Soul Flayer played well. I was actually happy with that. What else was good? Didn't play Sandstorm Charger once. Never got to play Marsh Hulk face up. Hidden Dragon Slayer, of course, did work for us. In fact, that stole us a game as well. So some of our good cards stole games. Other cards really underwhelming considering how powerful I thought they were. But overall, interesting deck. Like I said, 16 lands tended to punish us. I felt like we mulliganed quite a bit. But it still felt like a 16 land deck to me. I really don't regret that. I mean, if you look at the curve of our deck, it is actually pretty low. So I'm a bit surprised that we had that many land distribution problems. Like I said, quite a few mulligans. But, oh yeah, and Dramoka Dunecaster, I think I don't like this card. I think I just don't like it anymore. I don't want to say it's straight up awful, but something about it does seem pretty bad. Okay, that's all I got. So hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.